The following audio may contain the personal testimonials of some independent OPTAVIA coaches or clients of OPTAVIA. The results relayed in these messages are based on the unique experiences of the participants, and we cannot guarantee like or similar outcomes. While you may be inspired by these accounts, please note that any stories of success have not been verified, and your individual path to healthy living and weight loss will vary. As always, it is our recommendation that you consult with a healthcare provider before starting a weight loss program. In addition, this audio may contain income or earnings representations of some independent OPTAVIA coaches. OPTAVIA makes no guarantee of financial success. Success with OPTAVIA results from successful sales efforts, which requires hard work, diligence, skill, persistence, competence, and leadership. Please see the OPTAVIA income disclosure statement for statistics on actual earnings of coaches under the U.S. compensation plan, which differs from the international compensation plan. Yours in health, the OPTAVIA team.
All right, for those of you who just joined us for our trilogy presentation where we talk about our full offer of OPTAVIA, we're here to welcome you. My name is David Bush, and I get a chance to share with you a little bit more about what OPTAVIA has done for me personally, and I get a chance to share with you how others are being transformed and helping other people to transform through the OPTAVIA coach opportunity. My journey was, I started the program back in December 28, 2008. I had no interest in actually helping other people to get healthy. I was pretty self-serving. I started the program because I wanted to get healthier myself. But as I got healthier and as I began to transform my own personal health, people started noticing. Friends, family members, coworkers, peers, even total strangers that I hadn't seen in a while, or maybe I hadn't seen for a couple of years, would all of a sudden just come back up and it'd meet me and they go, "Are you Dave Bush?" And they saw a picture, or they knew me from a picture. Because I did some speaking and other things, and all of a sudden people started to notice that I had actually changed, and they started asking me questions, and that's really what kind of interested me in the idea of helping another person to get healthy. And I don't know where you're at right now. You might be a person that's just kind of looking into this program and opportunity of helping other people, or maybe you're a health professional and you're looking at offering this program to your patients, and you'd like to help other health professionals to kind of move into the third era of medicine, and you're inspired by Dr. Wayne Anderson, our co-founder and author of The Habits of Health Transformational System. Or maybe you're already a coach, and I'm glad that you're here and you're a part of our journey. We have an amazing story. Actually, we have a story that's got a pretty storied past. We've actually been in existence as an organization. Our parent company has been in existence for almost 40 years. The health coaching division, OPTAVIA, actually came about 19 years ago. Dr. Wayne Scott Anderson and Colonel Brad McDonald actually created a partnership where they wanted to create a business that was built around coaching. They wanted to provide a structured way for people to learn how to create health and well-being in their life with the help of a coach and the help of a system, and to use a very predictable process to do so. We've actually had some significant success over the last 20 years or so. We were actually listed as one of the top most trustworthy companies in the country by Forbes magazine. And we've also had some significant success, and there's been a lot of walking billboards that have been walking around inspiring other people to create lifelong transformation. I love this visual of all these people at the top of the mountain, because you know the story says is that the person that's at the top of the mountain didn't fall there, they climbed there. And that's a great representation of what we do in OPTAVIA, is that we actually help people to create optimal health and well-being. In our logo, you can see that there's 24 different radiants, and that stands for an optimal day. We're trying to help individuals to create more well-being in their life so that they live bigger lives and more fuller lives. OPTAVIA actually is a term that stands for the optimal way of living. And that's what our whole mission and model is to get America healthy and then the world. And so if you're looking for something that is helping you to get healthier and you actually want to be a part of the solution, this is an amazing vehicle to do so. We have a tremendous health epidemic that's worldwide and even across the United States. We've got so many people that are struggling with health-related issues. Worldwide, obesity has tripled since 1975. And get this, this is a very interesting statistic. Many of us have heard of many people that are starving in other third world countries, but did you know that most of the world's population live in countries where overweight and obesity kills more people than underweight? An amazing statistic. We have gotten to a place where it's not the lack of food that is killing killing people. It's actually too much food and the lack of exercise. In the United States, almost a third of adults with partners, 31%, report that money is a major source of conflict in their relationship. Anybody here have an issue, have an argument, or a couple of choice words that go back and forth with a spouse or partner of some sort relating to money? I think most of us have had that conversation. It also statistically said that 69% of workers were stressed over their finances, with fully 72% admitting to worrying about their personal finances at work. Most people in America and across the world are struggling and juggling. They don't have a good system to create health in their life, and most of them are struggling in the healthcare system, or maybe they're barely surviving and staying outside of the system. But very few people are actually thriving in optimal health and well-being. And that's what OPTAVIA is all about. We have a 4-component system where we provide personal coaching relationships, guidance, encouragement, and accountability with the transformational system. Dr. Anderson's Habits of Health book, workbook, app, and website actually create the curriculum for helping people to change their habits, to change their behavior so that they can create the results in their life that they desire. We are not about a product, potion, or process that is some way of manipulating the way that the natural body works. We're not here to try to provide some sort of supplement that changes the body's ability to do something. We are all about science, and Dr. Anderson's Habits of Health system is science-based, medically credible, and it actually provides a structural way for people to begin to adopt healthy habits one at a time inside of a personal coaching relationship and an OPTAVIA community, a community of other people that are excited about getting healthier, which begins to transcend what a person can do on their own or what a person can do with a coach. So with those 3 elements, and then combining that with a turnkey system for nutrition and hydration, and a process that's all cost neutral and cost friendly, because most people are already buying groceries. All we do is we help them to buy healthier food, and we give them a structured process to create lifelong transformation and optimal health and well-being in their life. To kick off the webinar, I'd love to introduce you to Dr. Sharon Fleischer, who's one of our independent certified OPTAVIA coaches. Dr. Fleischer is a family practice physician and also one of the leading OPTAVIA coaches in the country. And we'd love to have her join us for the webinar. Dr. Fleischer, welcome to the webinar.
Hi, David. Thank you so much for having me share tonight. And hello, everybody, and happy 2020. As David said, I have been a family physician for 20 years now, and I was pretty good at my job, but I wasn't actually taking care of myself. I was somebody who silently suffered. I was addicted to sleeping pills. I loved being in an exam room with patients and taking care of them, which meant I wasn't focused on me and my needs, let alone that of those that I love in my family. But luckily, 7 years ago almost, one of my patients actually was the one who had a tremendous success on the program. He had significant weight loss, and he was working with David. And quickly I thought this would be a great way to help my patients get healthier, because I didn't have everything nor the time as a physician to give them everything I had studied in medical school. And what happened next was actually David talking with me and asking me about my health. And it wasn't very good. It wasn't so much my physical weight, but it was the mental weight that I was carrying. So he said, before you share this with your patients, why don't you experience being coached? Why don't you go on program and understand the value? And then you can make a decision about what you would do with it in the future. So I said, yeah, that makes perfect sense. And let me tell you, my life has changed immeasurably. I wouldn't be here right now sharing this on the first webinar of the year without David's support and this Habits of Health transformational system. I lost 25 pounds, which was great. But what I lost up here in my head was so much more. I have passion, I have purpose, I have vision and clarity and an energy. And it's made me a better mother, a better wife, and a much better physician. And I am now leading patients, friends, family, referrals to creating well-being that traditional medicine can't do. I don't treat sickness anymore. I help awaken people to what they want. I help awaken them to knowing that they too can take control of their health and take it step by step. I know I'm doing the right thing, and I'm role modeling it for my patients, my staff, my family, and it's an amazing feeling. And the 20-year medical school debt that I have still carried is almost going to be fully paid off because of my OPTAVIA income. And it is something that will be my full-time career, hopefully, within the next 12 to 18 months, because the mission is big. We need more people to help more people, because there's only so many hours in the day that we have to help another person. But if we connect arms and we plug people into the system, we have outreach for millions more people here and abroad. And I'm super grateful to be on the forefront of that mission. So David, thank you so much for asking me to be here tonight. And don't even think about the coaching opportunity, just jump in and do it and trust the process and the person that invited you to get healthy in the first place.
So cool. Thanks so much, Sharon. And for those of you that are thinking, well, I'm not a doctor. Well, I don't know if you just saw how that was explained, but I wasn't a doctor. I just simply helped somebody to get healthy who told his doctor who he had gotten healthier with, and the physician wanted to talk more about it. So this is the power of this program, is that even physicians are wanting to know how they can end up helping their patients, not only to refer them to a person, but to actually become coaches. And that goes for health professionals like physicians, chiropractors, physical therapists, chiropractor. You got the whole gamut of health professionals that are looking for this idea of holistic health and optimal health. And that's what we have to offer. We often have the trilogy of optimal health: healthy mind, healthy body, and healthy finances. And while we oftentimes will see a lot of the physical impacts of health in terms of weight loss or seeing a person get their smile back, it's oftentimes the mental health that we are beginning to help an individual to really empower themselves, to clarify their why, to help them to reconnect this idea of what they want to be, do, and have. And then to give them the encouragement and the guidance and the support to be able to actually create that is what the coach gets a chance to do. So what the benefits of coaching are is that, number one, it can reinforce your own decision to be healthy. That was my primary objective when I first decided to become a coach. I didn't think that I was good enough. I didn't think that I knew enough. I didn't think that I was far enough along. I didn't know if I could help somebody with their health because I wasn't somebody with a degree or any experience. But that's the great part about this program, is that you can actually pay it forward and make a difference and have a lot of fun in a very rewarding opportunity that doesn't take a lot of time. And the fact that you can be compensated for helping another person on their journey and they don't pay you. They don't pay you any money. You just simply share what you're excited about and invite them to explore it and see if it's a good fit for them. And if they want to do it, you help them to do it. And for doing that, you end up getting paid by OPTAVIA, and you also get paid the currency of goodwill. The idea of helping a person like Sharon's patient to get healthy is very impactful. The idea of helping a physician to get healthy, and then to see the ripple effect from what Dr. Sharon has been able to do inside of her practice and inside of her state. She's got a whole army of people now that are looking to her as the health champion, the wellness champion. She's created her own epicenter of wellness inside of a medical practice that prior to that, she was kind of burnt out and not really sure what she could do to help her patients. And we're now giving her a vehicle for not only creating change in her life, but in the lives of so many others. And what that's doing is it's helping us to leave a legacy. So if you're looking at a way to make a difference in your life, this is a great opportunity. You can start off as an OPTAVIA coach, and you can help friends and family members at any level. You can help 1, 5, 10, 20. It's up to you to decide how many you actually want to help. But if you want to grow beyond being an OPTAVIA coach, you can actually become a business coach with OPTAVIA, and you can begin to coach other coaches. I didn't really have any interest in building a business of coaches, but it's an organic growth model because as people get healthier, they oftentimes want to encourage and help their friends and family members to get healthier. So they become coaches. And then what happens is the same thing happens for those people that they're coaching. Those people get healthier and then they want to pay it forward and get healthier. Not everybody wants to become a coach, but enough people do that you can actually have fun coaching other people who actually want more out of life than just the individual that maybe just wants to get a few pounds off. So becoming a coach is kind of like a natural progression or an advancement to the next level. It's not necessarily a career change if you don't want it to be. It can actually be just a natural progression towards you wanting to learn more, become more, and achieve more. And then what happens is that as you begin to start helping people, you start to see the impact. You start to see how simple it really is to impact lives. And I'd love for you to hear Pete Drury's story. Pete's a middle school counselor, and his amazing transformation story has begun a ripple effect throughout his entire family, and now his community, and even now the region. And now he's beginning to impact many other health professionals. And I'd love for you to hear his amazing transformation story. Pete, welcome to the webinar.
Hey, David, thank you again for the opportunity to join you tonight and to share a little bit about my story. And so a picture's worth 1,000 words, right? As you see the screen, middle school counselor, football track coach, active in his community and his church, pouring into others, but not taking the time to meet the needs of that he had. And that's where I was at 2.5 years ago. So thankful that I found my health coach and found this program and was able to plug into a system that is just amazing. And for those of you on the line or listening to this that are in your journey as a coach or as a client, you know what I'm talking about. What we have with our 4 components and with what Dr. Anderson has provided us is amazing. And my life is a life that has been transformed, not just from a physical standpoint, but also from a mental and emotional, from a financial as well, with this opportunity to coach. I did not even give one thought about coaching. When I stepped in and made the decision to start my journey, I was over 300 pounds. And so first off, who's going to be coached in their health by a 300+ pound guy? The second part of it too was I wanted to be a little selfish. I wanted to focus on me because as a counselor and as a athletic coach, and I'm pouring into other people all the time. And so what I was very passionate about and what I felt my purpose was actually when it's not lined up and it's not aimed in the right direction, it can actually run you into the ground. I was doing a lot of really good things and helping a lot of people, but I wasn't doing it the right way. I wasn't taking care of myself and making sure I was filling my cup. And then, so what it was doing was stretching me too thin and getting me to a point where I had to make a decision. And so when the first time the coaching opportunity came up, it was an easy answer for me, no, because I was going to build this structure around me to protect my time, to make sure that I was taking care of me and not anybody else. But what happens is when you do have a big transformation from a physical standpoint, it's hard to hide it. I had family members that hadn't seen me for a month and a half or so that didn't recognize me. My own father didn't recognize me on the sidelines of a football game as I was coaching. So people start to ask questions. And so as I started to research it a little bit more, I decided to take the step, become a coach to help my family. My mom and dad are right there in the center of the screen. My wife is off to the side. My boys are off to the side. I wanted to step in to help my family. And what happened was the business grew because I care about people. I was sharing the blessing that we have in what Dr. Anderson has put together in the Habits of Health system, and with the 4 components, and the business grew. And I think that the big thing, that one of the big turning points for me was I was blessed with the opportunity 3 months in to be sitting down in Orlando at Go Global with some of the top leaders in OPTAVIA. And I had no idea the size of the gift that was in my hands. And as I listened to the leaders present and share, what I got from that weekend was a lot of good training, but the best thing that I got was I really saw the heart of OPTAVIA. And I felt that the heart of OPTAVIA matched very closely with what my passion and purpose in life is, and that's helping people and helping them create their best life. And so that was a turning point. The last year and a half, 2 years as a coach now, as you see, I saw family members there on that picture, but it's the ripple effect has continued. And the other benefit too is being a coach is a great accountability thing that I need, because life is still hard. Things still don't go my way all the time. Stressors happen at work, happen with family, all those kind of things. But adding that extra layer of support, as a client, you have a coach and a community that surrounds you and encourages you and points you in the right direction. But as a coach, you have that as well. You have business mentors, you have a community. Some of the coaches on our team that I have met the last 2 years are some of the most amazing people that I've come across. And I would not have met them had I not said yes and taken the step forward and become a coach. My life is better because of it. And because of the coaching, I've been given a bigger platform to be able to love others well and to care for them and to point them in the right direction and support them. And that's exactly where the passion and purpose is. And so what originally was running me into the ground has actually been identified and been made in focus, and has actually led to some pretty amazing things the last 2 years. And so such a blessing. If you're on this call tonight, if you're listening, I just encourage you to reach out to whoever invited you, and don't say no. Explore, ask questions. And if it's a great fit, have enough faith and strength to take that first step and watch what happens because of that.
Great stuff. I love hearing your story, Pete. And, a lot of people are commenting and they're asking questions, how do you get clients and how do you grow the opportunity and how do you get paid and all that stuff. And some of the details will be covered on this webinar, but for everybody that's watching this, whether you're watching a recording or watching this live, make sure you reach back to the person that sent this to you to get your specific questions answered. But some of the basic details are, it's a relational model. It's not really about selling and telling. It's more about sharing and caring. It's focused on helping people to create optimal health and well-being in their life using a physician-led program. You're self-employed and independent, so you can do it, in your spare time. A lot of times that's where people start. That was one of Pete's concerns, as well as Dr. Sharon's and mine. I didn't know if I had the time to do it. The reality of it is, all of us have the same amount of time. It's just what we choose to do with it. And the reality of it is that we could start helping a few friends and family members with the cracks of our day. The things where we're just having some downtime and we just have a short conversation with a friend or family member, and we can give them the keys to a better life with better health, better nutrition, better life, better energy. And that's something that, I know that everybody is concerned about taking on more when they're already kind of overwhelmed. But what I tell people is that when you give another person better health and a better life, it fuels you to want to do more with your own life. So it's not a matter of time, it's a matter of priority and value. And I can tell you that there's huge value and not much cost. The low startup costs, it's $199 to become a coach. Plus you buy your book and your workbook, which is a one-time purchase, and you basically start helping people. There's no inventory or minimum sales quotas or anything of that nature. It's very flexible. You can do it from the comfort of your own home, or you can do it when you're traveling and overseas, as long as you have access to the internet or access to a phone. And what you can do is you can basically build this business to whatever you want it to be. There's no minimum performance standards and there's no requirements. There's no formal continuing education. Everything is online. All the training and support is provided. And we use this thing called team coaching, where you actually can learn while you earn. You actually have this comprehensive online training portal that you can plug into. And then you have the virtual support of live trainings every Monday night. And every Wednesday night, we have our client support and coach support, Habits of Health community time. And then we have the amazing mentorship team. So your mentorship team is actually going to model what coaching looks like for you so that you don't have to learn through mistakes. You can actually learn from experience of other people. And that gives you the opportunity to apprentice and not to have to be at a healthy weight. So if you're thinking that you've got to prove it to yourself that you can do it, my question is that How do you know that you're actually going to do it if you don't have other people around you that are doing it? That's the reality is that if you hang out with a bunch of people that are not healthy, you can't think of this as I'm going to go climb this mountain, and once I climb the mountain, I'm going to come down and get all of you. There's actually been studies that have shown that if you're actually climbing a mountain on your own, the rate of perceived exertion is higher than if you were actually climbing with other people. So if you just simply plug people into the system and you support them by guiding them to the resources and to your mentorship team, you don't have to do a whole bunch. You just simply have to be a connector and a guide. And if you're able to be available and capable to get them the next step, the simplicity of the program takes care of itself. And so you can work at your own pace. And then there's also the benefits of great resources and opportunities for you to plug into, great opportunities for training like the National Convention. There's also, we have some incentive trips for people that want to help more people. They can use the incentive trip as a motivational opportunity to get themselves inspired. And so if you were excited about this idea of maybe paying it forward, improving your health, improving your income, improving your significance, leaving a legacy, we just would like to give you the formal invitation to explore this further. We'd love to have you join our OPTAVIA mission, and we'd love to help each and every one of the people that are in the world to create lifelong transformation, one healthy habit at a time. But we're not going to be able to do that on our own. We need the help of other people. And I hope that that's somebody that like you, or maybe somebody that you know. If this isn't the right fit for you, we're not trying to get you or recruit you. We're just trying to share with you what we're doing to get America healthy and in the world, and see if you might want to join the fight, or if you might know somebody that would, because we're going to win the war. And we look forward to having you as a part of our community or as a part of our coaching team. So on behalf of Dr. Fleischer and Pete, I just want to say thanks for joining us tonight. And if you know of somebody that might benefit of watching this video, please share it with them or pass along the link to the YouTube video. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great night.
This audio may have contained the personal testimonials of some independent OPTAVIA coaches or clients of OPTAVIA. The results relayed in these messages are based on the unique experiences of the participants, and we cannot guarantee like or similar outcomes. While you may be inspired by these accounts, please note that any stories of success have not been verified, and your individual path to optimal health will vary. As always, it is our recommendation that you consult with a healthcare provider before starting a weight loss program. In addition, this audio may have contained income or earnings representations of some independent OPTAVIA coaches. OPTAVIA makes no guarantee of financial success. Success with OPTAVIA results from successful sales efforts, which requires hard work, diligence, skill, persistence, competence, and leadership. Please see the OPTAVIA income disclosure statement for statistics on actual earnings of coaches under the U.S. compensation plan, which differs from the international compensation plan. Yours in health, the OPTAVIA team.